Welcome, everyone, to The Explainer. Today, we are unpacking a cultural footprint that is so massive it literally eclipses almost everything else in entertainment. We're talking, of course, about Grand Theft Auto 6. It honestly feels like the entire internet is just waiting on the edge of their seats right now. But why? What exactly is the anatomy of this hype? Well, let's find out. Okay, let's dive into this. Why is GTA V undisputedly the most hyped release in history? I mean, the excitement is so palpable that a single blurry leaked screenshot sends absolute shockwaves across the globe. To really understand this, we have to look way past the game itself and examine the unique, perfect storm of circumstances that's driving all this anticipation. So to make sense of it all, we're going to break down this massive hype into 5 logical pillars. First, a decade of anticipation. Second, the Rockstar Games standard. Third, the return to Vice City. Fourth, a new technical benchmark. And finally, the internet echo chamber. Let's get right to it.
Starting off with pillar number 1, a decade of anticipation and the immense weight of time. 2013. Seriously, take a second right now and try to think about exactly where you were back in 2013 when GTA 5 first launched. It's crazy, right? Entire console generations have come and gone since then. That massive, decade-long silence from Rockstar has essentially acted like a giant pressure cooker, building up an unprecedented level of anticipation. But here's the wild part. We didn't just walk away and forget about it. Millions of players continuously poured into GTA Online, week after week. They were running heists, building these massive role-play empires, and staying deeply, deeply engaged in the ecosystem. And all the while, everyone was constantly wondering, what on earth is Rockstar secretly cooking up next? Moving on to pillar 2, the Rockstar Games standard, or basically, raising the industry bar. Because let's be real here, every single time Rockstar drops a game, they don't just meet industry standards, they absolutely shatter them. Just think about the insanely detailed, living world of Red Dead Redemption 2. They have earned gamers' absolute trust globally through unforgettable characters and painstakingly realistic gameplay. So fans aren't just expecting a new game anymore, they're literally demanding a revolution. So when you combine that immense level of trust with a 10-year wait, the trailers themselves turn into historic global events. The explosive reaction to that very first GTA V trailer was just staggering. It smashed YouTube records within hours, racking up over 90 million views in a single day. It instantly cemented itself as one of the biggest entertainment reveals we've ever seen. And subsequent looks at the game, they just poured gasoline on the fire. We saw stunning graphics, hyper-fluid animations, and a world literally overflowing with diverse wildlife and incredibly dense crowds. This staggering attention to detail gave fans thousands of individual frames to pause, zoom in on, and just relentlessly analyze across online forums. Which brings us to pillar 3, return to Vice City, a bigger, more alive world. And this brilliantly illustrates the sheer, intimidating ambition of Rockstar's vision here. Heavily inspired by Miami, this modern take on Vice City is aggressively diverse. You can seamlessly transition from sprawling, sun-drenched beaches and towering neon skyscrapers straight out into murky, dense swamps and quiet little small towns. It's an entire ecosystem that is just begging to be explored. But it's not just the map. The narrative structure is evolving just as much. Moving away from the traditional solo protagonists we've seen in the past, GTA 6 introduces us to Jason and Lucia. And what's really interesting about this dynamic is that Lucia is the very first female lead in a modern GTA game. Together, they share this gritty Bonnie and Clyde dynamic, and fans are dying to see how our choices will actually impact their relationship as the story unfolds. All right, pillar 4, a new technical benchmark, the sheer power of modern consoles. Because GTA 6 is finally leaving old hardware on the dust, Rockstar can push physics and processing limits like never before. First, we're talking about highly realistic lighting that completely shifts the mood of a scene. Then, advanced weather systems that will actually physically alter the driving environment. Add in incredibly complex NPC routines that make the crowds feel genuinely alive. And finally, fully upgraded physics and traffic. When you sequentially stack all these advancements up, it creates an experience that simply wasn't possible on older hardware. And that leads us to our final pillar, number 5, the internet echo chamber, the viral loop of hype. You know, we live in an era of hyper-connectivity now, and it's created this massive, self-sustaining engine of internet culture. Every single leak,
rumor, or pixelated screenshots spreads across YouTube, TikTok, Reddit, and X in literally minutes. Content creators dissect every tiny detail daily, and because of this, the game stays squarely in the global spotlight 24/7 without Rockstar having to spend a single dime on marketing. But here's the thing, this echo chamber isn't just focused on launch day. It heavily thrives on future promises. There is a massive expectation out there that GTA 6 isn't just a game you beat and trade in. People expect a platform. Players firmly believe Rockstar will keep evolving this world for years after launch, dropping fresh content and features on a scale that will dwarf even GTA Online. Ultimately, as this quote perfectly captures, fans aren't just waiting for another sequel, they are waiting for the next generation of open-world gaming. This release represents a massive test of whether Rockstar can, once again, completely redefine what video games can actually achieve. So, what does this all mean? Is GTA 6 really worth a decade of unprecedented hype? Well, honestly, we'll all just have to wait for launch day to find out for sure. But one thing is absolutely certain. No piece of entertainment has ever held the world's attention quite like this. So, what specific groundbreaking feature are you most hoping Rockstar pulls off? Think about it. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer, and we'll catch you next time.